All right, what we have here is a repair on a 2013 Chromebook Pixel. The glass is broken and the LCD itself is broken. So what we're going to do is heat up the glue. You can see we already started to break some of this off. But we're going to heat it up and get the rest of the glass taken away from the frame. It's adhesive. I don't know if you can see it right there. This little white stuff is the adhesive, and it's holding the glass on. So we're going to need to get all that off. And here's just a little bit of what we've been doing.
That's like a fancy hot air gun, huh?
It's just a workstation. You could use a heat gun or even a hair dryer to help you out here to loosen up some of the adhesive. And I'm just using this little flathead screwdriver to get underneath there. And because we don't need to save the LCD, there's like no harm or foul here to busting this up or breaking it off. You just don't want to make sure, you want to make sure that your heat is not on one particular spot for a long time, that you're not melting in anything else underneath here. Just want to loosen this adhesive and get this out of here.
Yeah, it looks like somebody really did a number on that screen.
Yeah, two big punches there. Maybe they're mad at something and hit their screen.
Twice.
Okay, so you can see what we're doing there?
Yeah.
Just going to do this all the way around the sides.
Looks like fun.
Demolition is always fun. What's not fun is when you go to put the new one on and you break it. That is no fun. You say, man, I just broke a very expensive part.
Alright, so we'll keep at this and show you the finished product soon.
Alright. Alright, you can see we used the hot air and just busted out the glass all around the sides. And we got enough meat here in this corner to stick a screwdriver underneath here and start pulling up on the panel assembly itself. And I didn't get down here near the keyboard or the hinge, but what I'm going to do is just pull this up like this. And if you can see down here, there's still some adhesive right here. I'm just going to pull that up. We're going to have to clean this off when we put the new one on, but I'm just going to pull this off right here. Alright, now, don't make sure you don't pull too tight when you do this, because some of these cables are so connected, so we have to disconnect those. So, I don't know if you can zoom in here. What we need to do is get these disconnected. So, if I can do this with my fingers here. Oh yeah, here you go. That's how you do it. Okay, so you grab this tab right here and flip it up. It has a little hinge here, and so you grab it on both sides and work it out like that. Can you see that? So it was that, I flipped it up, and then both sides pulled it out. Be careful with that. Okay, and then if you turn the camera around here to show this one. This is probably the camera, and that other one was the LVDS cable. So you want to get this Captain tape is what this yellow stuff is called, heat resistant tape. And then okay, so I don't know if you can see it there. I accidentally even did that. You flip this black thing up, and then you flip this black thing up and it just pulls out. And to do it in reverse order, you're going to put it back in and flip it back down. So at this point, we can pull up the whole panel.
Alright. Nice.
This is the new screen we ordered online. You want to zoom in here. You want to make sure that you have this one in particular, the LP129QE1. Don't worry about this other stuff. And you want the whole assembly. So the first thing we're going to do is test this to make sure it works before we install it, in case we need to return it. So again, if you look here, flip this thing up. I'll lay this down flat. If you can see in there. Okay. Can you see that? Alright, just going to grab the sides and line it up in there. Hopefully you can see that. See, I got it lined up, and I'm just going to rock it in both sides till it clicks. and then this thing will flip down and it'll hold into place.
Nice.
All right, and then we'll hook this up. I did not hook up the camera, but I'm sure it'll turn on without that. So now we're going to plug it in and see how it goes. Chrome.
Whoa.
Check it out. All right, so our screen works, and we'll move back to cleaning off the rest of the stuff and installing it. All right, to get rid of, we need to clean the rest of this off, all the adhesive and still little pieces of glass on there. What you're gonna want is Goo Gone or something like this. Spray it on here and get a razor blade and watch this stuff just come right off. Okay, make sure you don't cut any cables. The glue's coming right off. I think I sprayed it up here, but there you go. Clean that off. Watch out for your rare earth magnet down here. And do that all the way around all the other sides until you have a nice clean, look up here, you want a clean surface because we're going to put our adhesive on there, and this one's not completely clean right here, but clean it off and then wipe it down, maybe some alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, so it's all nice and clean, because you don't want your screen to ever fall out if the adhesive is not making a good bond. Alright, so we got it cleaned off, and in the process I wanted to point something out. You have your camera, front-facing camera right here. Just make sure when you're spraying the Goo Gone and everything that you cover it up so you don't get anything on the lens itself. And then we have almost all the adhesive off, so what I'm going to do is get some isopropyl alcohol and a little rag or a paper towel, and then go along the edge here. Just make sure it's all cleaned up. Do there and here. Getting it all cleaned up. Be mindful of the camera. We have to remember to put our magnets back because they fell out on the top. Clean this off. Looks like we have a little bit more cleaning to do there. Still some adhesive. Use this. It's okay if you scuff up the plastic because then it allows the adhesive to stick to something. Just make sure you don't cut into this rubber gasket on the side. Some more alcohol. Oops. Okay, there we go. Good. All right, so we have got this whole thing cleaned up. We're going to put our magnets back into place, and then we'll put down our strips of adhesive. All right, before we put our adhesive on, this is the adhesive, we're going to put it on these magnets here. If yours is like ours, the magnets fell out, and so we're not having a whole lot of confidence that these are going to stick back in there. So we have our roll of adhesive, so we're going to show you how to do that. We need to cut it just so it's as wide as this magnet. There's our edge. Okay, so I just grabbed it. I don't know if you can see that. I just grabbed it with my fingernail and got it on there. This is double-sided. This is double-sided tape, 2 millimeters. You can hold it there and get. Okay, cut it. Good. Okay, so you can see we got the one side on. I'm just going to use a razor blade to try to get the top layer off, and I was able to do that. So, see this? Okay, and now we just stick it on. I'm going to use actually tweezers here. Since we have the magnet, just do it that way. and get it lined up. Squeeze that really tight, and that magnet shouldn't be going anywhere. So do that for the other ones that you feel like are not in there as tight as you would like them, or sticky as you would like them. All right, in order to fix the screen or adhere it to this lid here, we bought some Tessa red tape. You can see that there in the description, 2mm. You might want to get thicker because some of this is wider than 2mm, but we're just going to put two strips in those spots. But over here is about 2mm, so it'll fit just nicely. So this stuff is double-sided and it's very sticky. So I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to get it aligned right here, right over the magnet, right into the corner, next to the gasket on that plastic piece, right on the edge. And what I'm going to do is when I get down to here, I'm going to cut it. Alright, so get that right down to the edge, and it clip a little bit of this off. Okay. So that, we'll leave that go for now. And we want to get it around the whole perimeter. And then what we'll do is we'll take off the second side before we put the screen on. Alright, one thing that I just discovered, that even though we tested this screen that we bought online, it is the correct LCD panel, but if you dry fitted yours, you would notice that it doesn't fit all the way. And that's because they have these plastic ridges here adhered to the glass. So we're going to heat these up and remove them. You might need to do that in case you run into this snag. It shouldn't be a problem, but we're going to see how it goes. So I'm going to heat this. I'm going to turn my heat up here to, I'm going to do 150. 150C. This is a very delicate operation because you don't want the glass to break. So you can see I'm just kind of cutting through the adhesive very slowly. Pick this up here. Back and forth. You could also use the heat gun. This thing has a smaller nozzle, so we're using it. Just go slow and steady. Just cut this adhesive off, and it's coming. You just do not want to crack the glass. It's hard to hold this with one hand. So this again, just go on slow. Can you see how that's pulling away at the top?
Mm-hmm.
Almost got it, so let's try here. Get the heat right in there. Pull that right off. Sometimes you run into these kind of snags and you gotta improvise. You know what I mean? Okay, I almost got this first plastic piece off. Okay. Alright, now, can you see? I'm just going to slowly work this off. I want to heat up. There we go. Okay, so that is one of these plastic pieces off. So we need to do the side one, this one, and this one. So we heated these up and used a razor blade to cut the glue while peeling it back a little bit. There's another one. So we pulled off all these edge pieces, and now we have to clean off this remaining adhesive. We're gonna do the same thing. Use the glue gun. Spritz some on there. And clean this off the glass. We definitely don't want to break the glass. Oh, these pieces that you see there are since I have it upside down, I'm protecting the front glass from getting scraped up. Oh, and also be very careful if you're doing this. I see that maybe some of the black material could get taken off. You just want to lightly get the adhesive off. Alright, so just be careful using the razor blade. Don't scratch too much, and just get the adhesive off, and then you'll be good. Okay, so the problem, as I had warned even myself, with using the razor blade, if you have to take this off, you need to be uber careful, because you end up scraping off sort of the smoked paint or whatever this is on the glass, and you could see I accidentally scraped some away. So there's not much. I guess we could put some black tape or something. We could spray paint it or something, but we might not bother with that. But just be very careful that you don't scratch away the black material. But it is ready for installation. Okay, we are ready to get this screen installed. Ours had a pretty significant snag where we had to get rid of some of these plastic pieces. We have the double-sided tape all set to go. We just need to make our connections. So you get this one lined up in there. Push it on both sides till it clicks, and then you can click this down. Grab your front-facing camera. Work it in here. Take off any tape if you need to. Flip this black piece down and get your Captain tape. Tape it back on there. Alright, now what I'm going to do when I put this on, there's the gasket on the bottom that I'm concerned about, that I want it to, you can zoom in. So it, see that gasket there where the hinges are on this left-hand side. The right-hand side, it's down pretty good, but let's get this one in here. And look, this gasket came out a little bit, so I'm pushing it back in here on this left side. Okay, so I got the gasket on the bottom down. Well, don't speak too quickly. Okay, now I have it down. Now I'm going to just put this back in here like this. And look at that, perfect
it
fit.
actually fits.
Yep. And then we want to just get make sure it gets a good bonding here.
But if we closed the lid.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're all good and the gasket is is good around the sides, and we can even peel this piece off. Do you want me to peel this off?
Okay.
Or do you want to leave it on?
Go ahead.
I can put it back on.
Might as well take it off.
Take it off?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, yeah. I think leave it on the edge here. There we go. Awesome. Wow, look how shiny that looks. Like it was brand new. Close it up. Open it back up. Alright, we got the screen in. We're going to hit the power button. And it works.
Yay.
So, there's touchscreen works too. So, that's it. That's how you do it. Alright, we have the battery out. We didn't film how we got the battery out, but I'll just show you how to put it back in, and you should be able to figure out how to get it out. I'll also show you how to get access to this. So here you have to plug it in. Make sure you get a good plug there. Now remember, as soon as you have the battery in, there's power to the circuitry, so be mindful of that. And then this just sits in here like this, and it has a number of these little screws.
Is that pinching?
No, that's fine. We're going to tighten. Looks like there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 are these screws. So here's what we got to do. There's these little hinges here. So you have to angle it in.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it either.
The hinge on the camera.
And, oh, okay, sorry. So everybody can see it. Hinge on there. And then you put it in like that. And I got fooled because of the adhesive. Again, the reason why we're making this YouTube video is because we couldn't find another YouTube video. Actually showed you how to do this. Okay, and then if you heard all that popping, that's some of the tabs going into place.